In an effort to alleviate tensions and steer relations back on course between the United States and China, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken embarked on a crucial visit to Beijing. As the first Secretary of State to travel to China in 5 years and the highest-ranking U.S. official to visit since President Joe Biden assumed office, Blinken's mission held significant importance. The meeting, which commenced with a 5-hour discussion between Blinken and China's Foreign Minister, Qin Gang, aimed to re-establish regular channels of communication and prevent conflicts between the world's two largest economies. With relations at their lowest point in decades, the talks were seen as an opportunity to initiate a dialogue that could lead to a reduction in tensions. While the visit did not yield any substantial agreements or breakthroughs, both sides expressed a mutual desire to reduce tensions and increase flights between the countries. The primary focus of Blinken's trip was to re-establish direct military-to-military communication and address concerns on several fronts, including the fentanyl crisis, Taiwan, the war in Ukraine, and the detention of American citizens. The visit took place against the backdrop of a complex and consequential relationship between the U.S. and China. Expectations for the talks were deliberately kept low, with no transformative outcomes anticipated. However, the willingness of both parties to engage in dialogue signaled a potential opportunity for progress, despite the existence of profound differences. During the discussions, Blinken and Qin Gang emphasized the importance of maintaining open lines of communication to avoid misunderstandings and miscommunications. Although no major agreements were reached, the meeting provided an important starting point for future engagements and the resumption of normal diplomatic channels. The success of Blinken's visit carries significant implications for future high-level engagements and the overall trajectory of the U.S.-China relationship. While challenges and disagreements persist, the visit represented an opportunity to establish a foundation for continued dialogue and cooperation. As the talks concluded, Blinken expressed cautious optimism, stating that the visit was an important but insufficient step, acknowledging that much work remains to be done. The visit highlighted the complexity and sensitivity of the U.S.-China relationship, underscoring the need for continued diplomatic efforts to manage differences and foster cooperation. Blinken's visit to China followed a series of meetings between American and Chinese officials in recent weeks, demonstrating an increasing willingness on both sides to engage in dialogue. As the world watches closely, the success of these diplomatic endeavors will undoubtedly shape the future course of relations between the United States and China.